friends, welcome back. This is the fourth class in a four-class series focused in on the element of fire, and the theme for today's class is transform or transformation. And one of my teachers says, when you look at an apple, all you see is the outside, but inside, the whole alchemical process of ripening is happening until you pick that apple. And delicious. And I love that metaphor for us as well. And so in today's class, we'll be working with the element of fire as the necessary element that supports the alchemization of ourselves as our being evolves into its highest expression, its deepest expression, its fullest expression. So I hope that you will enjoy today's class, and I'm glad you're here. Okay, well, let's get started, shall we? Yeah. So 2 blocks and a strap, and setting yourself up to be able to take a comfy seat, whatever that means. So today is the 4th class in our fire series, and the theme for today, Ekis, do you want to say what the theme is for today?
He's into fire. Fireplace.
So let me get in front of that fire. Yeah. The theme for today is transform. So fire is the element of transformation, right? When we look at on the physical plane, how fire transforms one thing into something else, changes chemical structure. How powerful is that? That's pretty amazing. We've already talked about how, fire works in our own bodies to help transform and metabolize what we take in, right? And it allows it to shift and take different forms to nourish us. One of my teachers says, look at the apple on the tree. It appears as though nothing is happening, but everything is changing on the inside. And then when you pluck it, it's ripe, right? Yeah. Can you hear me okay, Wayne? Yeah? Okay, good. So this transformation process that we are constantly in, this alchemical process of transformation, is going on with us, in us, as us, all the time. And in yoga, the practice of yoga, there's something called tapas, which is the energy of discipline, the fire of discipline. So bringing that discipline in to your practice, into your moment-to-moment living, that really serves to support this alchemical process of transformation as we move gradually in our own evolution towards these deeper states of being in union with capital S self, really. That's sort of where we're headed. And who do we got?
Hi.
Hi. So we've begun, so just come on in. And I'll just keep talking. Yeah, I'm glad you're here. I was looking out the window, I was like, I'm expecting Shosh, but it's time to start, so I'll just go ahead and start. But I didn't.
Almost slipped right outside your door.
Did you really? Oh, I hate that. Okay, so I'm talking about fire as transformative, alchemical transformation element. Would you like a bolster? Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, this one. A couple of blocks and a strap. Okay. So, we hear these stories of the of the disciple who has a sudden awakening and is enlightened, right? We hear these stories. And I feel like very often what's missing in those stories is what preceded that moment. It's not like, there's a preparation that is necessary to have a moment like that, to have revelation, to have the awakening. So it's not like it just happens out of nowhere. It's like, and that's where the tapas comes in. That's where the constant fire of alchemy and transformation comes in. So we're going to sort of work with that in our practice today as the culmination of these 4 classes. So feel free to close your eyes. If there's a little sound that you like to make on your exhalation, yeah. We're all dealing with so much right now in the external reality of our world that meets our internal reality. And somehow, in this big picture of it all, it seems to all be part of this magnificent alchemical process. So for at least right this moment, invitation to allow all that is knowing that teacher and disciple are one in you, the candle and the flame. And let's bring our hands together in front of the heart and join our voices for the sound of one Om. Full exhalation, full inhalation. That was nice, guys. I'd like to begin with a little breath of fire, like we did in our first class. And if you want to bring a hand to the belly, so we'll just get a little fire going. We're going to be working with this 3rd chakra in different ways today. So as a reminder, Kapalabhati breath is forceful exhalation and passive inhalation, like a bellows breath. We'll do 3 rounds, starting with 30, then 35, and then 40. I'm so glad that you 2 are connecting, Shosh and Ekis. Very sweet. All right. So exhale fully, and then full inhalation, and we begin. Exhale fully. Inhale 2/3 of the way and hold for as long as you can. And then finish your inhalation. And exhale it all out. And take just 1 round of natural breath. Inhale fully. And here we go again. Exhale fully. Inhale 2/3 of the way. Pause and hold. finish your inhalation. And exhale it all out. One full natural breath. And last round of 40. So full inhale. Exhale fully. Inhale 2/3 of the way. Pause. Complete your inhalation when you're ready. Exhale fully. And releasing the hand with your eyes open or closed, whatever feels right to you. Just sort of notice energetically what that's like. And generating some fire here in the belly to support your own alchemical process of evolving towards your deeper state of self. Undoing the blockages, encouraging blockages to burn out in the fire to make your way towards wholeness, a felt sense of wholeness, more accessible, easier. Using fire to your advantage. Okay. If your eyes are closed, feel free to open them. We're going to do a little sitting side stretch, so staying rooted in sits bones. Your side stretch, find your way. And feel free to move in any way here that your body really wants to. A little exploration, letting the breath support you. Noticing as you move what feels good. Oh, what sounds want to escape. Oh. Sounds that live in the rib cage between your ribs and your lungs. Yeah, no right, no wrong here. Yeah, good. Hello, plant. And then inhaling your way out, finding center. Noticing then how the two sides feel radically different with just that tiny bit of movement. And we'll take the other side. Staying rooted in sits bones is the only indicator I'd love for you to give yourself as you go ahead and explore. Jeff, I'm looking over on the floor. Does that look like a little green thing over there? No, over here? Or am I just making that up? It kind of does. Can't tell. Well, we're gonna investigate that more later in our practice. Okay, so feeling in. So the lore is that back in the day, Jeff had this lime green mat. Have I told you this? And it was coming apart. And he would bring it in, and he would leave, and there would just be these like little green pieces of mat all over the floor. And I would vacuum, and finally he got this other mat. And here we are, I don't know, a year later, and every now and then, this lime green piece of yoga mat shows up on the floor. And every time it happens, I take a picture and I send it to Jeff. I'm like, Jeff, it's still here. It's just incredible. Let's interlace our fingers. Feel into our sits bones. Inhale, lengthen to the spine. Find that Manipura center that we just activated in our breath. And press something out with the hands. Being mindful of sensation in the shoulders, letting that sensation be your guide, yeah? Because we're coming into places in the shoulders where we may have limited range of motion, or there may just be like some frozen, yucky stuff, etc. Life's impact tends to show up in our shoulders and in other places. It's one of those vulnerable spots because the shoulder is only hooked into the rest of the spine right here at the start of the collarbone. So it's like tendons and muscles that really protect our shoulders. So it's kind of a big deal. Yeah, you want to do a little yeah, cool, like that. Yeah, whatever's wanting to happen here, we go with that. We trust that. Maybe some circling. Good, and then floating that down. Maybe turning something out at the wrists and at the elbows. Yeah. And again, up into the shoulders. Great, and find center line again. Feel your sits bones, feel your ground. Inhale, lengthen to the spine, and just gently twist in one direction without really using the hands, letting the hands follow. Oh, let the breath be steady. Good, and then inhale and twist yourself in the other direction. Good. Inhale your way out. Come on off of what you're sitting on, and we're going to do this Ardha Navasana that we've been doing in this fire series to continue to encourage the feeling of fire in the belly. All right, bringing hands behind you, feet hip width apart out front, bent knees. Move around as you need to, find your way in. For just a moment, give yourself a little water. Yeah, give yourself a little water. Just in case your fire is already on a little bit too high, so give it a little water. You know, we know some people are unhinged that way in our world right now, seeing the effects of fire run amok in a being. It's not pretty. All right. So yeah. And now, just being gentle and soft in the elbows. On the inhalation, lift your left foot. And as you lift, just notice what engages in the belly. Active toes. With this, how would you sustain this if you needed to? Like, what would you need to do to be able to sustain this? Put my foot down. No. Okay, so let's put the foot down. And then give yourself a little water. And then we'll take the other side. So inhale, take the right foot up with active toes. And notice what in your belly engages. And if this feels hard, if it's like, ooh, those muscles feel kind of weak, then that's information for you. There's a chance that the shapes that you're spending your day in are not helping you to have the core strength that you need to show up in healthy ways for yourself in your life. It's possible, or even for the world. So you may want to make some changes, like, start spending your day like this. And exhale that down. Give yourself some water. Yeah. Much to feel, much to feel, much to feel. And water is the element that supports feeling. Okay. So let's come back in now. We're going to take both feet up. So inhale, take the left foot up with active toes. And then the right. And is it possible to let go of a hand? And then another hand. Maybe bring some twinkle into your fingers just to make it more fun. Good. Now, how would you sustain this? Good question. All right, let's exhale it out. Take the legs out, just make some thunder, because that was kind of intense. Whoo! Take a breath, move any way you need to, let it all go. Yeah, and find your way all the way through to hands and knees. Doot, doot, doot. Nice and wide in the fingers. And begin by just finding your way into this tabletop shape. And there may be some movements before we even get to cat and cow that your body wants. Yeah, my hips want to explore space a little bit. Maybe your hips do, maybe your shoulders do, maybe your head does. You know, moving out of linearity. Is that a word? Yeah? You sure I didn't just make that up?
Yeah.
Should we get out a thesaurus just to be sure? Okay. And then come into center. And let yourself begin to really, move that spine. Yeah, finding the breath that feels right as you move the spine. Maybe there's a sound that wants to happen on the exhalation here. Was that a motorboat? Oh, it was a horse. It was a horse in heat, it sounded like to me. Yeah. Good. All right, and now as you're moving, let's start to take this a little, maybe walking hands forward, take this a little more towards the front of the mat and rolling the spine back and more towards a child's pose and inhaling yourself more towards a cobra. Letting this be very fluid. Finding a flow of movement and breath. And letting it feel just really good. Nice. And then we'll come right on down to our bellies. Take the right arm out wide, left hand at the side of the rib cage, bend in the left knee, and roll yourself onto your right hip to open the front of the right shoulder. Those left toes might be hanging in the air. They might touch the ground. No need to force anything here. Easy in the breath. Inhale your way out. Ooh. Walk that right hand in towards the rib cage. Open left hand out to the side. Shosh, do you need a second mat? Put a bend.
I'm enjoying.
Okay. Put a bend in the right knee. Roll up onto your left hip and let those toes come over wherever they do without forcing. And bring a little awareness into the belly and just notice what's happening there. Manipura is the name of our third chakra, the place of our will and our power. And inhale to come out. Sometimes we have a lot of fire going on there and we need to balance it with some water, and sometimes there's not quite enough fire there. We need to bring it in. So balancing that is always sort of a sweet balancing act, as is everything. So let's take our fingers into a cactus cobra shape. So up onto fingertips, walking the hands forward. I also think of this a little bit as like the praying mantis. So feel your toenails on the mat. Feel a little muscular energy in the legs. Bring a little water in by lifting and spreading sits bones apart. And then the fiery element that supports the alchemical process, drawing tailbone towards the heels. The navel moves towards the spine. There's a lengthening in that lower back area. Maintain all of that as you pulse yourself up and into a cobra. On the inhalation and exhalation, releasing. Let's do 5 of those. Inhaling, number 2. 3 more. Exhaling it down. Inhaling, number 3. Exhaling it down. 2 more. Inhale, number 4. Exhaling it down. And inhaling, number 5. Hold for a breath. Soften the neck and the shoulders. Maybe move the shoulders a bit so you're not creating new stiffening patterns here. Exhale it out. Oh, good. And then transition yourself back, maybe through a child's pose, and find your way to lying on your backs. We're going to eventually want to use our strap here, but not right away. So coming onto your backs, warming up in a gentle way. Take your feet to the width of the mat, open your arms wide, activate toes, and just begin to rock the knees from one side to the other. Gentle rocking. Yeah. Letting stuff begin to open up or continue to open up. Supported by the breath. Good. Come back to center. Walk feet about hip width apart and inhale your right foot towards the sky. If you'd like to reach through with the hand, you can, but you don't need to. And begin to move the foot up and down, inviting the fascia that runs to the back of the leg, the sides of the leg, to get the message to, I'm going to open up. Maybe you want to circle. Take your time and just notice what you feel. Bring your tapas, your fiery discipline, to your awareness, to your interoception. Good. And then exhale that foot down. Inhale the left foot up. Maybe you're reaching through with the hands, maybe you're not. And begin to work with the foot. Crack, crack, crack. Anybody else cracking? No. Yeah. Good. So lubricating this joint, lubricating the fascia by stretching it. That invites water to come back into the cells, which they love. And then maybe some circling, taking your time to notice what it's like. Good, and then exhale that down. Let's take both hands up to the sky and periscope as you lift those hands up and overhead. And then when they get overhead, maybe you're going to do a little reaching with one hand and then the other, and reaching. Letting the floor beneath your shoulders and your sacrum support you. Bring a little awareness into that Manipura chakra, that third chakra area. Just see what's happening there. How does it like this? And then exhale your arms into a cactus shape on the ground. See what that feels like. Inhale the feet off the floor and drop knees over towards the left with active toes. Gently press the back sides of the arms into the floor as you move. And then we're going to inhale those knees up. And take your time and drop them towards the right. Maybe they don't make it all the way to the floor. Keep pressing the back sides of the arms. Inhale, we'll take the first side again. And exhale. Inhale it up and over towards the right. And exhale there. And then inhale it back up. And lower the feet to the ground. Take a breath. Take your arms to the side of the body. And start to bring in some pelvic tilts in the lower spine and the lumbar spine that translates all the way up to the head. Keeping the spine lubricated and healthy and happy. And if it feels good, you can press into the feet and bring yourself up into a mini bridge. And exhale it down. Inhale, lifting hips if it feels good, or just staying in your rocking of the pelvis, pelvic tilts. Exhaling it down. One more. Exhale it down. Bring your hands onto your knees. Gently lift the feet off the ground. Rock around on the sacrum. Good. Exhale the left foot down, right foot to sky. And then take that right ankle in front of the left knee and come into your figure four pose. Active feet. Good. Maybe reaching through with your hands to the back of the thigh. Maybe not. Maybe using a strap or a TheraBand. Finding your breath, feeling the activation in the toes. Find the gentle curve in the lower back, and then let's bring a little fire to support our alchemical process by lowering tailbone towards the opposing wall. Feel the sensation in the hips. See if there's more that you want to do, or if you're already at max, maybe you can try even backing it off, especially if your tendency is to go right to the wall, and back it off a little bit. Sometimes we get even more of the nourishment that way. Good. Exhale that left foot down, release the hands, arms at the side, press into the foot, lift the hips. Exhale it down. Take the arms right out to the side and that right foot into a twist towards the left. Good. Inhale, unwind it. Exhale that foot down. Bring both hands to the knees, draw the feet off the floor, circle around on the sacrum. Make a sound. Yeah. Maybe you're going to circle the knees differently, one on each, like you were, like each one was its own lever, and then the other way circling those knees. Good. And then right foot comes down, left foot comes to sky. On the inhalation, take that left ankle in front of the right knee and into a figure four. Lifting right foot perhaps off the ground, maybe reaching through with the hands. I'm going to sneeze. Achoo! Thank you. Okay. Bring awareness into your toes and make them active. And then on your next inhalation, just check in with that lower back and see if there's a gentle curve there, so you're not pressing the lower back into the spot, into the floor. Keeping the curve there, bring in the fire by rooting tailbone towards the opposite wall. Wow, did you feel your pelvic floor engaged just then? I did. And then tune into the sensation in both hips, and particularly that left one. Like, where do you feel this? And do you want to take it deeper? Do you want to press a little more? Or do you want to back it off a little bit so you can feel more? You do you. Breath is steady and supportive. And then when you're ready, exhale that right foot down, keeping the left ankle where it is. Arms at the side. Press into the foot to lift the hips up. Keep breathing. Did you stop? No, of course not. Exhale that down. Open arms to the side. And on your next inhalation, the left foot comes into a twist towards the right. Active in the toes all the way. There's no right place to get here, right? So you're just listening in and moving gently into a twisted shape with these legs in a weird way. And soften around the eyes here. Keep breathing and inhale to come out. Exhale that foot to the floor. Give yourself a little morning stretch all the way through heels and fingertips. And make another sound on the exhalation. Good. On the count of 3, we're going to take ourselves into a ball. So 1, 2, 3. Knees come up. Reach around with hands. Hug yourself. Exhale, open it up. Inhale. Exhale, ball. Inhale it out. One last time. Exhale, ball. Inhale, release. And in your time and in your way, find your way up to standing. Nice. And once you get there, oh, I didn't do the thing with the strap. Oh, well, if we have time, we'll do it at the end. Darn it. Never mind. We did other stuff instead. I'm improvising. Let's take our blocks to the front of our mats. Okay. I always like to take a moment just to notice the fact that I'm no longer lying on my back, that I'm actually in a different stance altogether, standing. Okay. Feel into your feet. Give yourself a little rock. Yeah, if the neck needs something, go ahead and offer that to yourself as a kindness. Yeah, if you want to take a little wider stance and just find a little water. We work in the fire. We got to not forget that we also need our water. So yeah, letting yourself feel a little water, because there's so much to be feeling nowadays. Good. Then we'll bring our legs closer together, hip width apart. Look down at your feet. Lift and spread toes. Nice. Feel that gentle melting of the thighs back as the sits bones widen, and then bring in your fire, right? So this watery inner spiral action takes the thighs back, opens the sits bones wider. The fire draws the tailbone back down without losing this, so it doesn't take you here, because you're cut off. As soon as these hips come forward like this, you have cut off all your energetic flow, okay? So the water, and is that a cat? Is that cat litter?
I think it's a piece of blanket.
Piece of blanket. Oh, there's a new one, a new spin.
Does look green now.
This little green. All right. So that fire comes in. That's our containing energy, our containing fire, our alchemical fire. Good. Pulls in Mula Bandha, draws the pelvic floor up. Keep all of that engaged. The navel is moving towards spine, just enough. Then inhale the hands up from this very stable place in the lower body, and exhale through the heart. Let's do 2 more of those. Inhale it up. Exhale it out. One more time. Inhale it up. And exhale it out. Good. Take weight into your right foot. Take weight out of your left foot, and very mindfully step it back into a lunge shape. Good. The back foot is at a 45-degree angle. Feel free to look down and check it out. First time I did this today, my back calf, that calf was like, wow, lots going on here. Put a little softness in the back knee if there's lots going on there, and maybe even just sort of circle that a little bit. Yeah. And if you need a chair for stability, use a chair. All right? Good. Now come and find the breath. Now there's a tendency here in most bodies for the hips to kind of come forward here. So just notice that. Breathe into the back body. Draw legs in towards midline. It'll square hips up. Nice. And now we're going to take, if it's not already happening, we're going to take those sits bones back. There's your watery element. We need all of these elements for the alchemy to prepare for the alchemy. Then the fire comes in with a strong rooting of that front sits bone. It tucks down and under, and that energy moves down and out through the foot. Good. So now we're really stable here, pressing through both feet. Inhale the hands up. Exhale, turn the palms forward and draw the sky down into the heart with a cactus. Exhale. Inhale it up. Exhale, hands to heart. Look at your front foot. Take weight there. And very, very slowly and mindfully taking weight out of the back foot. Oh, there's that glute muscle, Wayne. And back foot comes forward. Wayne kindly reported to me that after last week's class, his glutes definitely showed him that he'd worked them. Okay, and if you need to circle something out here and the hips or lower back, go for it. Just being in the body. All right, what a treat. So looking down, lift and spread toes now of your left foot. Take the weight there. Maybe soften the knee so you're not locking earth energy from entering into your body with the support that it gives. Take weight out of the right foot and mindfully take that baby back. Once it makes contact, turn it to a 45. And if you're feeling a lot of sensation in your calf, put a little bend in that back knee and just give a little circle, circle, little circle. And then come find your way to center. So coming into the breath, breathing into back body, muscular energy of draw of legs to center line. On the inhalation, feeling the sits bones move back and apart. There's your water. And now bringing in that alchemical fire with intention, rooting, tucking the front sits bone down and under and through the front foot. Pressing into both feet, lift hands high. Press through feet and reach. And on the exhalation, turn palms forward and draw the sky into your own heart. Inhale it up. Exhale, hands to heart. Look down at your front foot and take the weight there as you take weight out of the back foot, using that glute muscle, and in front it goes. Good. Shake it out. Great. Let's interlace our fingers like we did when we were seated. Gently press something away. And exploring through shoulders as you lift hands up, feeling the feet as you go. Nice. And you do your range, right? So maybe your range is here, maybe it's here, maybe it's here, maybe it's here. You find your range. If taking hands high means that you're going to arch your lower back, just notice that and bring in a lengthening in the back body. Pressing through both feet. Let's take those hands into a side stretch. Keep breathing. Inhale it up, pressing through both feet. We'll take it to the other side. Keep breathing. Inhale it up. Yeah, and then as we exhale, take the hands right around behind you, interlace fingers, put a softness in the knees. The head of the shoulders come forward, take them up and towards the back body. Elbows come towards one another. Maybe hands move away. Straightening through the knees, pressing through feet, letting the heart lift without jutting the rib cage forward. So bottom of the rib cage moves down as the heart lifts up. Yep. And then exhale. Oh, shake that out through the fingers. Whew. Good. Root through feet. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. All the way down. Maybe hands to blocks. Inhale, heart forward. Keeping that long spine, press into the feet, drawing navel towards spine. Keep the fire engaged. Press into the feet, rise up. And again, exhale, swan dive. Making a sound, maybe hands to blocks or the floor. Soften the knees. Inhale, heart forward. Draw navel towards spine just enough. Engage that core. Press through feet, rise up. And one last time, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, heart forward. Good. Noticing sits bones in this position are wide. We're going to gently draw that tailbone down towards the feet with just a softness in the knees. Long, straight back. Come up one more time. All the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. Good. Yeah, take a moment to notice if anything wants to move in any kind of way. And it might be nice to actually envision a little flame with your mind's eye right there in the Manipura chakra, the third chakra, just to see a little flame burning there, supporting you in your own process of transformation and becoming. A flame that is just in the right balance for you. Supporting the heart, supporting the mind. And then if your eyes are closed, you may want to open them. We'll take the weight again into our right foot, lift and spread the toes. Bring all of your weight there. Take weight out of the left. Bless you, and send it back. Lunge number 2. Promise that we're not doing 10,000 lunges today. We did a lot of lunges last week. All right, so feeling into your feet, taking any circling that might be nice, or bring in just a little bit of flow and fluidity before we take all the actions that create stability. Okay, here we go. Finding breath. Inhale, drawing to midline to square the hips. Exhale. Inhale, melting thighs. And then exhaling, rooting strongly. That alchemical fire is doing what it needs to do all the way out through the foot, pressing through the feet. Inhale, hands high. Exhale, hands to cactus. And then take them and interlace fingers behind you. Drawing the lower rib cage down, inhale, heart up as you find your expression here. Taking any micro movements you need to find integrity and authenticity in your own unfolding. And then exhale those hands, bring hands together in front of the heart. Take weight into the front foot, weight out of the back foot, step it forward. Whoop. Good. Move any way you need to. Yeah. Maybe there's a shake. There's a shake here. Shake through fingers, bouncing. I don't know, I've got a song now that's just erupted inside of me. And I'm like, yeah. Do you hear it too? Do you hear my song? What?
Let's hear it.
Let's hear it. Do, 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 do. Oh, I like it. Do, 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 do. Okay, we're getting kind of wild, and it's good. Let's do the other side. Who knows what's going to happen next? All right, so coming into the breath, let's lift and spread toes of the left foot. Hands together in front of the heart, taking weight out of the right foot. Step it back. Take your time. Balance. Good. Give yourself a moment to flow, and then we'll take our actions. Breathe into the back body. Draw legs to midline, creating and finding that stability and that earth energy support. Melt the thighs back, and then rooting through that front sits bone, tucking it down. That's the fire element, okay? It's a container. Press through the feet. Inhale, hands high. Exhale, release into a cactus. Let the heart lift here, drawing the sky into the heart and the heart meeting the sky. And as you exhale, take the hands behind you and interlace fingers the weird way. Good. Play here to find your authentic expression. Micro movements are welcome. And exhale to release that. Hands to heart, weight in front foot, balance onto that front leg as you take the back leg forward. Whew, good. And move it out. We're going to come to the wall. So you may need to move your mat. And other stuff. Yeah, let's find our way to the wall. Bring your hands to the wall, shoulder height, wide fingers, shoulder width, a little wider than shoulder width. Find your breath. Feel the contact of hands to wall. And then gently draw towards midline. Inhale, melt thighs back. Exhale, root tailbone strongly. There's your fire. You're supporting your alchemical process of becoming, ripening as an apple on the tree. Nice. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, bend the knees and take the hips back, maybe walking feet back into your downward dog. Finding length in the spine, supported by the breath. And inhale your heart through and up. Exhale back into your downward facing dog. One more time. Inhale, drawing heart through and up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, straighten the back. Bring weight into the right hand, turn toes towards the left, and open the left hand out to the side for a side plank. And here in side plank, once again, we'll take our action. So breathe into the back body. Find center line, draw to center line strongly. Inhale, melt the insides of the thighs back and apart. Oh, that beautiful watery moment. And here we're gonna lock it in by drawing tailbone down, navel towards the spine. And notice what happens when you do that. Can the heart lift? Exhale, turn towards the wall, both hands at the wall. Weight into the left hand, turning toes to the right. Open the right hand out to the side. Breathe into the back body. On the next inhalation, drawing legs in towards midline, finding midline all through the body. And exhale, inhale, melting inner thighs back and apart. There's your water. Lock it in, support your alchemical process, draw that tailbone down, navel towards spine just enough. Now that the lower body is really super steady, can the heart lift? Can the heart be free? Nice. Inhale your way back. Walk feet forward. Shake out anything you need to. Now we're going to do a little Vrikshasana, tree pose. So let's start on our left foot. So your left hip is sort of looking at the wall, left fingertips at the wall if you need that added point of stability for your balance. Look down at your foot, find your breath. Soften something in your regard, in your face. And then lift and spread the toes. Take weight out of the right foot, kickstand. Maybe this is where you work. Maybe it comes into your shin. Maybe you're drawing it up and into your thigh. You work where it is authentic for you right now. And we're going to take the actions again. So find the breath. Feel the hug to midline. If your foot is in your thigh, take the thigh back and then strongly root. Root the tailbone, draw the navel towards spine. Engage with your own process of evolution and transformation, and then maybe opening the branches of your tree. Maybe you don't need the wall, or you can experiment with taking fingertips off the wall. When you're ready, exhale, release. Good, everybody. Shake that out. We'll take the other side. Right hip towards the right wall. Maybe right fingertips at the wall if you need it. Look down at your foot. Soften the skin of the face. Let something fall, like drip right out of the skin of the face. Out it goes. Now lift and spread toes of the feet. Actively engage. Left foot comes into a kickstand. Maybe this is where you're working. Maybe you're coming into the shin. Maybe up into the thigh. You do you. Find the breath again. Feel the hugged center line of foot and leg. Upper standing thigh melts back, and then there's a strong rooting. Once that is engaged, then you've got your stable trunk. You can lift and spread your branches any amount. Imagining being your favorite tree, deeply rooted, so deeply rooted that you can reach to the sky. No matter what wind comes along, you can sway. Using your drishti point, your gaze, to also support and sustain you, your tapas fire of discipline. Holding this shape for as long as feels right to you and your body. And exhaling hands to heart when you're ready to come out and releasing that. Giving yourself a little bounce. We're going to take the first side again, and this time we're going to do a front thigh stretch. And so if you like to do your front thigh stretch seated, you can do that, or you can try to do it at the wall. So looking down at that left foot, once again, soften the skin of the face. Let something pour out. Just release it. Release it into the earth. Thanking the earth for that. Lift and spread the toes. Bring weight into that foot. Soften the standing leg, knee, and reach down with your right hand. Put a bend in the knee. Reach down. See if you can get the ankle. And pause there for a second and notice, like, there's going to be a little curve in the lower back and all kinds of things. So as you begin to straighten into your standing leg, draw the legs in towards the midline. Nice. Feel the sits bones widen back. There's your water. And now we're going to root. We're going to root that tailbone down, lengthening this part of the back body, drawing navel to spine. The pelvic floor is engaged. We're strong and steady. The knee, the bent knee, now moves towards the earth as the heart lifts towards the sky. Breathing. Staying alive through the toes. Maybe there's a bend in the elbow. And maybe there's even a shift in the hold of the foot or the ankle. And maybe you're jutting, notice you're jutting your chin forwards. You gently draw that back. Staying in the breath. And then exhale to release. Woo! Good. Shake. Do whatever you need. And we'll take the other side. Okay. Did you feel that in the butt?
Yep.
Okay. So look down at your right foot and again soften the skin of the face. Let gravity pull the skin towards the earth, and then lift and spread toes. Bring weight into that foot. Soften the standing knee. Reach down with the left hand, bend the left knee, and try it. See if you can get your ankle. If you can't, you can also use a strap here. All right. Keeping the standing legs, knees soft. Draw legs in towards the midline. Good. On the inhalation, melt the thighs back. And on the exhalation, the strong rooting comes in of the tailbone, but not overly so, right? Just enough fire to support you. Then the left knee moves towards the earth, away from the heart. Heart moves away from the knee towards the sky. Micro moving as needed, maybe shifting the hand, maybe putting a bend in the left elbow as that heart lifts up and the knee moves away. Breath is steady. And inhale to release. Shake it out. And then right here on your mats, facing me or facing the windows or facing whatever, we're going to take just a quick large stance. So you'll probably face that way. So you got the benefit of the sticky under your feet. Yeah, good. All right. Let's all turn the right foot towards the right and put a bend in the right knee. And open the hands wide. So we're coming into a Virabhadrasana 2 shape, a warrior 2 shape. Good. Feel the feet. Feel a gentle draw of the feet towards one another on the mat. Feel a melting of the thighs back for the water, and then a rooting of that front sits bone down and under, tucking it down and under. Ooh, good. Now as you inhale, move that front knee towards straight. And as you exhale, put a bend in it. Inhale towards straight. Exhale, bend. Inhale towards straight. Exhale, bend. And just hold for a full round of a breath. Standing in your own fire, your own transformation, which is always taking place. Inhale to straighten and come out. Walk your feet together. Shake it out through the hands if you need to. And we'll take another wide stance. Turn your left toes towards the left and put a bend in the knee. Open the hands wide. Good. Find your breath. Find that gentle draw of feet towards midline. There's the earth. Inhale, melt the thighs back. There's your water. And then on the exhalation, strong fire. Strong tucking of the front sits bone down and under and into the foot. Keep all of that engaged, pressing through feet, reaching through fingers as you inhale to straighten front knee or move towards straight. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straight. Exhale, bend. One more time. Inhale, straight. Exhale, bend. And then stand in your own flame. The transformative alchemical flame that's shifting, that's transforming the material, the soul material of your being to make you into a full, ripe apple. Always. That deep intelligence working. Inhale to come up and out. Woo. Walk your feet together. Shake out anything you need to. And we're going to come to seated now again. So if you need to move your mats. Ooh. Does anybody need a little forward fold? Okay. So sitting up on something to support the natural curve in the spine with legs out front. You can begin with fingertips behind you to find some length, to find an opening in the heart. And then if you're able to keep that natural curve in the lower back, you can take fingers forward, any amount, but you're actually already in a forward fold. So no need to actually go further. But you can explore, what's going to be supportive for your body right now. Support your own process of transformation, becoming. Nice and easy and steady in the breath. And then on the inhalation, find your way to an easy pose. We're going to do a little meditation with mantra and mudra. Mantra and mudra, very supportive to finding a deeper state of being. So we're going to take the thumb, which is the fire, represents the fire element, and the first finger, the index, which is the element of air, and the ring finger, we're going to bring those together. Ring finger is earth. So fire, air, and earth. We're going to ground our fire and air with both hands. That's our mudra. So see what that feels like with both hands, just gently resting on the legs. And just notice energetically if you can get a hit of that, particularly in the Manipura chakra. The seed sound mantra that corresponds to the Manipura solar plexus chakra is Ram. So I'm going to invite you, this is all invitation, including this mudra, on your exhalation to repeat the sound Ram, 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 Ram out loud, and on the inhalation to repeat it internally to yourself silently. And we'll just do this we'll just roll this for a little while, and then we'll naturally end it. So take a full exhalation, followed by a deep inhalation. Join me if you'd like. Ram, 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 Ram. Ram, 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 Ram. Ram, 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 Ram. Coming back to natural breath. And letting the intelligence of that seed sound support the balancing of your third chakra, your fire energy. Invitation now is to stay here in silent meditation, or to sweetly find your way to lying on your back for Shavasana.